man the free runner. Schumann squares but gets out cutout. And Schumann squares and takes outside. 4-pitch walk first time. And now he finally sees a strike. 2 corners still in. And he squares and takes a strike. And now it's 2. And Schumann pounds one into the ground, foul. Sean Manaea. 2-2 from Williams. Changeup pulled foul. 7th pitch of the at-bat. And Schumann goes down on the changeup for the first out of the 10. And he swings and misses at the first pitch. Foul takes off, and the pitch outside. McMahon steals 1-1 pitch, and Volpe takes it high, 2-1. Infield in, and it's outside, ball 3. 3-1 from Williams, and he swings through that one. Into the Volpe. Up and away, ball 4. And he goes after the first one, grounds it to the endos, to second for 1, back to first, double play, side retired. And he does square and bunts and misses, nothing in 1. He squares, lays off, and it's outside. The ball Bryce comes in even closer at first base. Would you be tempted to let him swing? He gets the bunt down, nicely done. Wells throws him out, but over to third base goes Semien. First professional. Only 2 outfielders. Nobody in left field. Grisham, and he lines one for that one. Got ahead of that, trying to pull the ball with no one out. That's outside the Torrens. And he fouls it off. And he'll get Torrens. And it's inside and hit him. And Bench swings and misses at the first pitch, first, and Bench chops one. In comes Schumann. He runs into his own man, and the Mets win the ball game. Carson Bench with his second walk-off RBI of the homestand. Man, the free runner. Schumann squares but gets out cutout. And Schumann squares and takes outside. 4-pitch walk first time, and now he finally sees a strike. 2 corners still in, and he squares and takes a strike, and now it's 2. And Schumann pounds one into the ground, foul. Sean Manaea. 2-2 from Williams. Changeup pulled foul. 7th pitch of the at-bat, and Schumann goes down on the changeup for the first out of the 10. And he swings and misses at the first pitch. Foul takes off, and the pitch outside. McMahon steals 1-1 pitch, and Volpe takes it high, 2-1. Infield in. And it's outside, ball 3. 3-1 from Williams. And he swings through that one. Into the Volpe. Up and away, ball 4. And he goes after the first one, grounds it to the endos, to second for 1, back to first, double play, side retired. And he does square and bunts and misses, nothing in 1. He squares, lays off, and it's outside. The ball Bryce comes in even closer at first base. Would you be tempted to let him swing? He gets the bunt down, nicely done. Wells throws him out, but over to third base goes Semien. First professional. Only 2 outfielders. Nobody in left field. Grisham, and he lines one for that one. Got ahead of that, trying to pull the ball with no one out. That's outside the Torrens. And he fouls it off. And he'll get Torrens. And it's inside and hit him. And Bench swings and misses at the first pitch, first, and Bench chops one. In comes Schumann. He runs into his own man, and the Mets win the ball game. Carson Bench with his second walk-off RBI of the homestand. Man, the free runner. Schumann squares but gets out cutout. And Schumann squares and takes outside. 4-pitch walk first time, and now he finally sees a strike. 2 corners still in, and he squares and takes a strike, and now it's 2. And Schumann pounds one into the ground, foul. Sean Manaea. 2-2 from Williams. Changeup pulled foul. 7th pitch of the at-bat, and Schumann goes down on the changeup for the first out of the 10. And he swings and misses at the first pitch. Foul takes off, and the pitch outside. McMahon steals 1-1 pitch, and Volpe takes it high, 2-1. Infield in. And it's outside, ball 3. 3-1 from Williams. And he swings through that one. Into the Volpe. Up and away, ball 4. And he goes after the first one, grounds it to the endos, to second for 1, back to first, double play, side retired. And he does square and bunts and misses, nothing in one. He squares, lays off, and it's outside. The ball, Rice comes in even closer at first base. Would you be tempted to let him swing? He gets the bunt down, nicely done. Wells throws him out, but over to third base goes Simeon. First profession. Only two outfielders. Nobody in left field. Grisham, and he lines one for that one. Got ahead of that, trying to pull the ball with nobody one out. That's outside the Torrens. He fouls it off. And he'll get Torrens. And it's inside and hit him. And Bench swings and misses at a first pitch first. And Bench chops one. In comes Schumann. He runs into his own man. And the Mets win the ball game. Carson Bench with his second walk-off RBI of the homestand. Man, the free runner. Schumann squares but gets out cutout. And Schumann squares and takes outside. 4-pitch walk first time. And now he finally sees a strike. Two corners still in. And he squares and takes a strike. And now it's 2-2. And Schumann pounds one into the ground, foul. Sean Manaea. 2-2 from Williams. Changeup pulled foul. 7th pitch of the at-bat. And Schumann goes down on the changeup for the first out of the 10. And he swings and misses at the first pitch foul. Takes off, and the pitch outside. McMahon steals 1-1 pitch. And Volpe takes it high, 2-1. Infield in. And it's outside, ball 3. 3-1 from Williams. And he swings through that one. Into to Volpe. Up and away, ball 4. And he goes after the first one, grounds it to the Vientos. To second for 1. Back to first. Double play. Side retired. And he does square and bunts and misses, nothing in one. He squares, lays off, and it's outside. The ball, Rice comes in even closer at first base. Would you be tempted to let him swing? He gets the bunt down, nicely done. Wells throws him out, but over to third base goes Simeon. First profession. Only two outfielders. Nobody in left field. Grisham, and he lines one for that one. Got ahead of that, trying to pull the ball with nobody one out. That's outside the Torrens. He fouls it off. And he'll get Torrens. And it's inside and hit him. And Bench swings and misses at a first pitch first. And Bench chops one. In comes Schumann. He runs into his own man. And the Mets win the ball game. Carson Bench with his second walk-off RBI of the homestand. Man, the free runner. Schumann squares but gets out cutout. And Schumann squares and takes outside. 4-pitch walk first time. And now he finally sees a strike. 2 corners still in. And he squares and takes a strike. And now it's 2-2. And Schumann pounds one into the ground, foul. Sean Manaea. 2-2 from Williams. Changeup pulled foul. 7th pitch of the at-bat. And Schumann goes down on the changeup for the first out of the 10. And he swings and misses at the first pitch foul. Takes off, and the pitch outside. McMahon steals 1-1 pitch. And Volpe takes it high, 2-1. Infield in. And it's outside, ball 3. 3-1 from Williams. And he swings through that one. Into the Volpe. Up and away, ball 4. And he goes after the first one, grounds it to the Vientos. To second for 1. Back to first. Double play. Side retired. And he does square and bunts and misses, nothing in one. He squares, lays off, and it's outside. The ball, Rice comes in even closer at first base. Would you be tempted to let him swing? He gets the bunt down, nicely done. Wells throws him out, but over to third base goes Simeon. First profession. Only two outfielders. Nobody in left field. Grisham, and he lines one for that one. Got ahead of that, trying to pull the ball with nobody one out. That's outside the Torrens. He fouls it off. And he'll get Torrens. And it's inside and hit him. And Bench swings and misses at a first pitch first. And Bench chops one. In comes Schumann. He runs into his own man. And the Mets win the ball game. Carson Bench with his second walk-off RBI of the homestand.
Mets play the New York Yankees.
First pitch of the game is a fastball in for a strike and run. Talk about that since. Trent Grisham fouls one off, and it's 0-2
To the Mets.
So nice to be 3 in the booth, you know, since you reach.
Not coincidentally, it's 81 degrees. The summer has arrived. Rolled out to Semien, and he takes care of Grisham for the first out season. He had a good year last year in his first full draft pick out of college in 2021. And he takes the changeup down from Peralta. Colorado 69% against Detroit. I have a feeling it's going to mix in more. And Rice gets the breaking ball. Semien to his left. Snags. 2 out. The American League. Came into the weekend with the league lead, but it's Altuve.
Yep. And just nothing like him. It really has.
For a while. Now with Ohtani in the other league, Judge has. And Peralta misses outside at 90. And the breaking ball fouled back.
Got away with a hanger there. So he make.
Peralta's 3-2. And that just missed low.
Yeah, he's 6'8", remember.
The 1 for 10 in this series. Behind 2-0. And now 3-0 to Bellinger. And a 4-pitch walk to Bellinger. So the Yankees.
I noticed the old school
Back. And a good change up there by Peralta. Numbers are way down from that. And he takes a strike on the. And Chisholm takes breaking ball down. On 2-2 to Chisholm, and he got him with the fastball upstairs. Just 3 for 8 in this series. All 3 hits came yesterday. Bench. He's made this. And he skies this one foul down the left side. And that'll go out of play. 2-1. And Bench just went toward the hole. Volpe on the backhand, the running throw, and a nice play by Volpe to get. Here's Bo Bichette, the mystery of Bo Bichette.
He really, if you watch, he rests.
He hits one on the ground to Volpe, plays this one on the backhand, and throws out Bichette. 2 batters on base 4 times yesterday. Bluffs the bunt and takes a strike. List is Judge with 83.
Over carefully in this system. That's a challenge, isn't it, Ron?
He pulls that one through the hole, and Soto just keeps on reaching base. That's now.
Wouldn't think with that big stride.
Mark Vientos pops one up into shallow right center. Coming on quickly is Jones. He dives and makes the catch. Spence at Citi Field, and McMahon pops one a mile high behind third. Long run in for Melendez, and he gets there where they've gone 2 and 6. This is the rookie Spencer Jones. Very uncomfortable. And Peralta gets him with a curveball. Second strike. Coming back from first shoulder surgery and then a continue.
It's a very aggressive hitter.
A home run in his pocket against Peralta. Pops this one up in foul ground, and that'll sail out of play. It's a rookie. 1-2 coming. Up and in from Peralta.
In this game.
J.C. Oscaro would be next. And Volpe lines one into center field for the Yankees' first hit. That's going to beat Ewing and go back to the wall. And Volpe pulls in at second base with a 2-out double. His first hit of the season. Played after Austin Wells started the first 2 games. The Yankees are in an odd. And he flies one out to center. Ewing got a late start, but he's back there in plenty of time to make the catch. And Elmer Rodriguez misses low and in with a fastball.
So far.
Melendez clocks one out to center field, and Trent Grisham eases over. Side saddling again. Here's Brett Beatty, who has really looked good the last couple of weeks. And it seems to have coincided. Last year's second base. Grounds this one on the right side, and Chisholm's got it. 2 away.
That's the first good change. Just really hasn't been consistent, but he has hit.
There's a slider out of the strike zone, a ball. And true to his gold glove gear. Pulled toward third, charging McMahon, throwing on the run, got him by a stride, side retired. Trent Grisham leads off the third, hits the breaking ball on the ground at first. Easy play for Vientos, one pitch and one out. And he gets tied up inside. It's second and runs scored. Really a breakout year for him.
I always like when you talk about if you don't have a dance.
Fly ball deep right center. Back in the gap goes Ewing near the wall, and it's out of here. One of the years. And the Yankees jump in field in Hanover.
That's right.
Home runs between them. And Judge takes the fastball right there for a strike. And the two guys have nearly half of them. Big cut. It's a slider out of the strike zone. 2-2. Cody Belt. And full count to Judge for the second. And a high fly ball hit to right center. This one's playable. Benj eases back to make the catch. 2 out. It's Cody Bellinger, who drew a walk his first time. He was on the free agent market a long time before the Yankees re-signed him. Back comes Sanger to the screen, and it just is beyond his reach. I think the Mets had some interest in this, of course.
And 7 kind of speaks for itself, does it not? As if
2-1 to Bellinger, and at his feet with a slider, it's 3-1. And that's a way ball 4, and Bellinger's on.
Yeah, cost your team.
Well, especially early in the game.
Correct.
The first 2 in this series, and now Peralta sprays that one out, at least during the regular season.
Against left-hand hitters.
See if Chisholm's swinging 3-0. He takes ball 4. So for the second time. It's been a struggle offensively for McMahon since he left. And Peralta's behind 2-0 again. And now 3-0 to McMahon.
Boy, Peralta thinks that's a strike.
And there's a strike, 3-1.
I will tell you though,
Keeping now for Peralta. And a ground ball for Semien to handle. So Peralta gets around the walks, but the home run by Ben in this series. And takes the curveball for a strike. Be served. And that's lined up middle of base hit for you.
Got a quick back deep. Yes.
The Mets have their second hit. Now Hayden Sanger pops up the bunt attempt. And Rodriguez grabs it for the out. With Ewing at first and 1 out. And Carson takes the fastball outside for ball 1. 30s for the first month of the season. Now he's up. There goes Ewing.
Good jump.
And no throw by Escara. Scoring position now with 1 out. And he lofts that one behind third base. McMahon called off by Volpe, and Volpe's got it. 2 out.
Change in his swing. I mean, he's got a resident. You know, funny you say that, Keith. I was looking at an old scouting report.
And what's been especially stark has been the number. 2-1 from Rodriguez. And that's on the outside corner. Flare foul. And
he's been
going. Hit toward short, right at Volpe. Makes sure of it. And then throws out Bichette to end the inning. And Jones goes after a first pitch slider. And he goes after the slider again. And it's the first big league home run. And he takes that slider right field.
Very interesting from the squad. I feel like he never gets close. Orthodox. Better word.
Peralta after getting a deck. And a swing and a miss. Got him with a slider. Second time.
You know, it's been a while since I've been in a clubhouse. It was quiet.
Manage the game any differently, maybe anticipating things that he may do in a way that you don't know.
The understanding of the players and, you know, some of the things that we have a pretty good idea. And it's just fun.
All right, Carlos Mendoza, thanks so much for the time. Good luck the rest of the way.
You got it, Steve.
J.C. Escara takes a slider for a strike.
City in the Texas League. Way back, I believe, in 1940.
And after the game yesterday, talking about how with all the injuries the Mets have had, and they've had
down in September. And, you know, you just have to come to the park and you have to just dig in. And what are you going to do?
Appearances. Only one time in his career. And Takes the curveball from Rodriguez and so it takes an inside fastball for a strike, and it's 1-2. Okay, Boomer. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Soto. Long hold by Rodriguez. And Soto foul tips it for strike 3. There's Mark Vientos waving at a slider out of the strikes in the Yankees rotation. Vientos finds the hole on the right side, and he's got himself a base hit.
There's the defense like that. Well, we talked with David Cohen was in there. I asked.
1-1. Melendez skies one to center. Should be easy for Grisham. 2-time Gold Glover. Side saddles it and has it 2 out. Interestingly, of course, we had that game in. Beatty lines one up the middle, and that's in for a base hit. Vientos pulls in at second, so Brett Beatty's now. And Marcus takes one the other way. That's going to be down for a base hit. In comes Vientos with the tying run. Beatty will be held at third. Simeon slides in safely at second with an RBI double. And the Mets have tied the game. It's 1-1.
Yes. Why? Because you've got
the Mets' first 2 runs. Up and away to Ewing. He's got 2 in scoring position. And that's away from the chain. And Ewing spits on that one. One from Rodriguez. And he threw him a breaking ball for a strike. 3-2 coming. Outside ball 4. And now the bases are loaded. So. And Senger swings and misses at a first pitch foul. 80 at third, Semien at second, Ewing at first. Good speed all the way around. And Senger hits a slow ground ball to short. Volpe with time to wait. And throws out Senger, side retired. So the Mets get drawn even. When Grisham takes outside. Grisham qualifying offer, which I think surprised a lot of people. And they were last year. Always been a tremendous defender.
But he's different. It would be kind of scary to make that kind of a corners. Okay.
Good one to Grisham with the big guys next. Fly ball out to left. Chasing Melendez back. He's got room and he makes the catch.
15-6 with a 2.70 last year.
Rice hits one deep to center, but Ewing a lot of room this time. 2 out.
But does that give away the 2? And he throws that dart fast. I can tell the difference out of his hand. Then I'm going to.
One to Judge. Well, even if you don't.
It's. I always.
3-1 to Judge. And he swings through the fastball 3-2. 3-2 from Peralta. And Judge pops it up. Bichette waits for it to come down. Side retired. 7 home run, but the Mets got even on Marcus. Aggressive bench takes one way outside. Bench takes a borderline.
I was going to get a fastball 2-0, 3-1. I was right on that spot.
Way in and hits Bench. And he's a good batter. Ball is twice grounded out to short. And Bichette flies one out to left. Bellinger steadies. And he's got it 1 out. 1 out. Soto was singled and struck out today, and he dribbles one up the first baseline. Escara on it, and he throws out Soto for the 2nd out as Bench moves singled and scored the Mets run in the 4th. Looking to get the go-ahead run home in the 5th. And it takes cut. And Vientos lines one to left. That's down for a base hit. They're going to hold Bench at third as Bellinger gets it in quickly. Yep. And this is where he really. Bench at third, Vientos at first with 2 out. And Taylor lines one to center field. Grisham diving, and he made the catch. Wow. The 2-time goal. Cody Bellinger leads off in the top of the 6th.
Yep.
Hit the ball 104 miles an hour, but Trent walked both times against Peralta, who's walked 4 today. And now he's behind Bellinger 3-0. Just
Bellinger, he just like he doesn't want any part of him. He's walked him twice, been keeping the
Clay Holmes spot in the rotation. And it's inside ball 4 Tuesday or Wednesday. Slided to start. He takes a changeup And bounces away from Singer, and down to second base with the go-ahead run goes Bellinger. One from Peralta. And he goes away with the sinker, and it's 3-1. And Chisholm takes a walk. Back-to-back walks to start the sixth. That was his last 21. And he does square and bunts in self-defense. It's the entire team. He does get this one down nicely. Singer thought about third, but settles for the out at first. And Goldschmidt takes a sweeper that stays outside.
I mean, you can't
And he swings and misses at the sweeper, and it's 2-1. Folks, that one foul. 2-2. And hit the foot of Goldschmidt, I think. Yep. And he's going to go to first base, and that'll load him up. Infielders halfway. And Volpe lines a base hit into left field, and the Yankees regain the lead. Bellinger is in. Chisholm right behind him. The throw to the plate is airmailed by Taylor. Throw to third, and safe. Schumann got his hand in there. Here in the sixth. And Rosario flies one to right. Tagging a third, Schumann. Benj makes the catch. The throw to the plate is cut off. Throw to second too late. And he swings and misses at a fastball. Grisham fouls back high fastball.
I think he was just giving himself up, Keith.
Yep. Two to Grisham. And he pops one up on the left side. Bichette giving ground. Continues to backpedal, and he dropped the ball. And a run comes home.
Oh, my God.
Taylor never called him off. Bichette kept on. Back in the third. Alta, his fifth and sixth of the game. With 6 walks, matching Rice, who's 1 for 3 on the day. And he waves at the sweeper for strike 3. The inning's up 6th. Yankees scoring 4 runs on only 1. Semien and Ewing to follow as the Mets try to respond in the bottom of the 6th. And Yarborough throws that 87. 80 pops one up into shallow center. Angling is Bellinger from right, but Grisham's got the call and the catch to Semien. Semien drove in the Mets' run. Opportunity in the 5th, but Trent Grisham put an end to that with a diving catch to rescue Yarborough. And the fastball misses away. And Semien lines a base hit. So Marcus has his second hit of the day. A 1-out single. The base. And he takes that slider outside for ball. Bounced around since then. Pass. 2-1 to Ewing with Singer on deck. That's way outside. Like that. 3-2. Fouled off the fastball. Fouls that one off his leg. All but one of AJ's. And it's away for ball 4, and Ewing's on base for a 3rd straight time. 2 aboard with 1 out. Terren's batting for Hayden Singer. And he takes a strike from Bird, who pitched yesterday. A strikeout, but he took 10 pitches to strike out at first with 1 out. And Terren strokes one over the bag. That's a fair ball going down the line. Semien will score. Ewing being waved around third as Bellinger has trouble picking it up in the corner. Terren's at second base with a 2-run double. And the Mets dancing off the bag like he was going to be going somewhere. Benj goes after the high fastball and misses. Benj had a hit against Bird in the game. And Benj tries to hold.
He did.
And he stopped it in time. And Carson fouls one into the dirt. Still 2 Benj. And Carson fouls that one off on a cutter running it on his hands. 2. And he fouled away another one. High cutter that time to Benj. And the breaking ball fouled off.
Hanging in there.
And it's up and away. Ball 3. 2. Struck him out.
Good pitch.
Went to that sweeper to get the strike. Another chance for Bo Bichette. He shoots one foul back into the netting. Nothing. Bo takes one inside. A ball on a strike. The bow. In the air to right center. Should be easy for Grisham. And that retires the side. Let's get off against Sean Manaea. And Sean goes one to the backstop. Judge is 0 for 2 in a walk. And he fouls back a fastball. And he hits that on the ground. Bichette one-hands it. 1 out.
I think that was a
Channel Sports franchise. Bellinger grounds one foul. Bellinger lines one to the center, and he's on base for the 4th time today. Walked his first 3 times up. Now he's got a 1 out last year. They re-signed him for 5 years, and Jazz Chisholm struck out and walked twice. And Manaea strike 2 and 1. Breaking ball hit toward the middle. That's going to go through for a base hit. Bellinger will go to second and stop there. So Chisholm amplifies here with 1 out. And he takes fastball inside. Right at foul. Ball on a strike. And he pops one up. Shallow left. Out goes Bichette. In comes Taylor on the run to make the catch. So Taylor failed to be aggressive on a pop. And Schumann takes inside for ball 1. Caballero out. And takes outside 2-0. And now Manaea get 3-0 to Schumann with Volpe on deck. Yeah, that's too high. Ball 4 and the bases are loaded. And Volpe takes fastball strike. And Volpe fouls it back. And Manaea's ahead of. Laid off the high fastball. 2 from Manaea. And Volpe takes another fastball. 2-2 to Volpe. Inside, ball 3. And he missed badly for ball 4 to force in a run. And Wells hits a comebacker. Manaea fields it and makes the play to win the inning. But the Yankees tack on a run. 2nd straight day. Juan Soto takes his first pitch high for ball 1.
Well, what's interesting about some.
And Juan stole second, and he stole Ben Taylor for the Mets in the 7th. And there's a strike, 3-1.
Everything's
it today. He swings and misses at a high fastball. Soto leading off in the bottom of the 7th. Vientos on deck, and Juan bounces one foul. And Soto hits one on the ground, backing off his Chisholm to play the hop, and throws out Soto 1 away. Vientos is 2 for 3, and he takes a slider high telescope. There's a strike, 2-1. And Vientos takes up an in, and Duval on deck. And Vientos takes a strike, 3-2. It's coming. And he hits one right at the second baseman, Chisholm. 2 up, 2 set aside. That would give the Mets the lead, but Trent. And Taylor rockets that one out to left. Going back is Schumann, and he makes the running catch. 2 bullets. Mercedes-Benz post-game live. Trent Grisham. When he calls strike hits, he walked 6, which tied a career high. And a swing and a miss, and Grisham down on strikes. Next shot to Aaron Judge. Ground ball down to first, handled by Vientos, and he gets the bag to retire Rice, 2 out. You can double, but he gets one more bag.
But he brings him back.
Good sweeper has Joe. And he takes a fastball for strike 3 call. So Manaea bounces back 3 on the day. And he takes high for ball 1. 2 years old. And they have both. Beatty tries to get this 8th inning going, but he pops one up. Into shallow right. Back goes Chisholm to call. 1 out. So you're saying the game is tonight, Dave. Is that what you're saying? Semien pops one up. Is it Cruz who's going to catch it? No, he's called off at the last moment by Rice as Cruz goes on base all 3 times today with a single and 2 walks. And he takes a high splitter. I mean, he's not coming in unless the Mets get a couple of no-goes. Ewing fouls off a fastball, and it's 2-2. He misses with a splitter. Full 3-2 coming. And he walks again. So Ewing is on base for the. Ruiz has the biggest hit for the Mets in this game. Fastball knee high for a strike. Ewing is already. And a second throw. And Torrens hits it off the end of the bat to center. Grisham eases over, and that retires the ninth inning. Yankees lead 6-3. Cody Bellinger's already been on base 4 times in this game. And Bellinger pops one up. Vientos coming in from first base. And he's got it. One away. Perked up. Maybe it's the baggy pants. And Manaea picks off the inside. And Chisholm takes the strikes. 2 of them earned over 3 innings. To save the bullpen. That's lined the other way, and Chisholm is on base for the 4th time today. So Jazz with 2 walks in that rotation with the injury to Holmes. A nice grab by Semien, and they turn the 4-6-3 double play. They need to stretch Manaea. Hit by a pitch. And takes fastball inside for him. And Bednar falls behind. Bench swinging on 2-0. 2-time All-Star in Pittsburgh. There was that curveball for a strike. And Bench floats one into center field for a base hit. Nicely done by Carson Bench. 4. And he hits one up the middle. He's got a base hit. And the Mets will get the tying run to bat in the bottom of the 9th with Juan Soto coming up. And Juan fouls one at the plate on the first pitch. And Juan takes one on the outside. And Soto pops one up in foul ground. Spits on that splitter this season. Soto grounds one down to first. Rice has got it. Gets the out at second. Volpe to first, not in time. Vientos flailing at the first pitch. And Vientos again. 2 coming. Soto runs, and Vientos strikes out for the second out. And Taylor gets a first pitch breaking ball, hits it deep down the line toward the pole, and it's out of here for ties the game with a 3-run. And Beatty takes the curveball down. And that's ball 3 for Dino to Beatty. And he takes ball 4 now. And Semien swings and misses. Semien takes that one well out. And Semien tried to hold and foul tipped it. And he flies one along the right field side. Rice circling in foul ground, and he's got it. And the inning ends, and we go to man the free runner. Schumann squares but gets out cutout. And Schumann squares and takes outside. 4-pitch walk first time, and now he finally sees a strike. 2 corners still in, and he squares and takes a strike, and now it's 2. And Schumann pounds one into the ground, foul. Sean Manaea. 2-2 from Williams. Changeup pulled foul. 7th pitch of the at bat, and Schumann goes down on the changeup for the first out of the 10. And he swings and misses at the first pitch. Fowler takes off, and the pitch outside. McMahon steals 1-1 pitch, and Volpe takes it high, 2-1. Infield in, and it's outside, ball 3. 3-1 from Williams, and he swings through that one. And 2 to Volpe. Up and away, ball 4. And he goes after the first one, grounds it to Vientos, to second for 1, back to first, double play, side retired. And he does square and bunts and misses, nothing in 1. He squares, lays off, and it's outside. The ball. Rice comes in even closer at first base. Would you be tempted to let him swing? He gets the bunt down, nicely done. Wells throws him out, but over to third base goes Semien. First professional. Only 2 outfielders. Nobody in left field. Grisham, and he lines one for that. Got ahead of that, trying to pull the ball with nobody one out. That's outside to Torrens. And he fouls it off. And he'll get Torrens. And it's inside and hit him. And Bench swings and misses at a first pitch. First, and Bench chops one. In comes Schumann.